Welcome to my forecast videos. Today I want to talk about the upcoming new moon, and depending on the sign it is, you will get a lot of information where this new start we're talking about with the new moon, the new start into a new cycle of emotional maturation, we could say, where that will be happening. So if you hang in there to the end of the video, I will give you access to your personal free birth chart, and then you can see where that is actually happening in your chart. And then you will get a lot of very precise information, how that will be stimulating you in your own process. So the new moon will be happening at 19 degrees of Sagittarius, December 11th, 2015 at 2:29 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you have to adjust it accordingly to where you are on the planet. So what we're going to do, we will look at the Sagittarius archetype and personality and what that means for you. And I will get to very practical suggestions how to write these specific energies, Sagittarius wave, and how to make the best use out of these planetary forces. Besides the new moon being in Sagittarius, there's also Saturn and Sagittarius. It's not a conjunction, so Saturn is not close enough that we would call it a conjunction. But nevertheless, whenever Saturn is in a sign and we have planets there, or the new moon or the full moon is happening in that sign, it will put a damper on everything going on there. So we could have some feelings of holiday blues, of being overwhelmed, of not quite being up to all the responsibilities and challenges we are experiencing right now in preparation for the holidays. So also the new moon forms a tense T-square with Jupiter in Virgo and the healing point of Chiron in Pisces on the other end. And whenever we have a square or even a T-square, it's just a strong, energetic wake-up call. So the connected points really are right in our face. We have to find a way to integrate those energies. So when we think about Chiron and Pisces, we know that there are healing opportunities actually. And when we think about Jupiter in Virgo, Jupiter is how we look at the world from a higher wisdom perspective, how we make sense out of our life and our perspective onto the world. So here with the new moon plugged into that, basically what we have to do, we have to reevaluate our most fundamental beliefs and judgments. And with what we see going on in the world, with all those religious overtones to violent and martial actions, it seems like it's high time to reevaluate and come to a more healthy perspective. A little bit about me. I have been an astrologer for 37 years. I'm a professional astrologer. I do most of my work online through Skype, but also on the phone and in person here on Maui, where I live. And I'm a published author, and I've done a lot of different things throughout my life. But my biggest passion has always been the astrology and the healing with gemstones. So I kind of find the use of gemstones a nice way to support areas of challenge in your birth chart. Each month at the new moon, there is a new beginning. There is an opportunity to embody the essence of the zodiac sign in which the new moon is happening. And especially if you have planets, your sun, your moon, your ascendant, or other planets in the sign I'm describing, then this new moon will be extra strong for you because it kind of activates all the planets you're having in that sign. Let's talk a little bit more about the Sagittarius personality, and that will give you a sense of what to expect. So Sagittarius is the third glyph here on the image, and it's the third fire sign. So Sagittarius is looked at as a sign of adventure and an ever-expanding perspective. So with Sagittarius, it's all about true purpose and a higher wisdom perspective, a higher truth. So Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is the archetype of the king of the Roman gods. So in essence, the danger in this month is to overshoot, to be too busy, to do too much, everything a little bit too big and too much of. We're used to see pictures of Sagittarius as the archer, the one who launches the arrow into the unknown, beyond the boundaries of where we have been, out in the unknown. So therefore, we look at Sagittarius as the adventurer, the gypsy, the one who travels into the unknown and into foreign countries and territory. But it can also take its way in a more internal, mental way. And then Sagittarius can be looked at the scholar, the philosopher, the priest, the religious teacher. So these are all expressions of Sagittarius which are more internalized, but coming from the same place of wanting to expand out of the known all the way into the unknown. As a result, Sagittarius is interested in learning about a wisdom perspective of life. It could be philosophy or religion or astrology or any system which works with the underlying matrix of life, the underlying pattern which give meaning to our life. So Sagittarius is interested about always expanding those boundaries of the mind, of our belief systems, our perspective, and sometimes that happens really very concrete outwardly through traveling. So as a result, Sagittarius is a sign of freedom, values freedom, and is also a sign of generosity. So think about the king of the Roman gods. That's a very gregarious, bigger than life guy. So the king can afford to be generous and gregarious. Therefore, we associate Sagittarius with being expansive, always pushing the boundaries, having an adventurous spirit, being quite colorful and passionate and optimistic, and they're having some kind of a faith. It might not always be a religious faith, but you can count on they have a very personal, strong faith of how they represent the world around them. Such a bigger than life sign, of course, has a bigger than life shadow. So here we look at the narrow-minded religious views and perspectives. And when we look at the Christian and Islamic crusades throughout the ages, and kind of right in our face with what's going on in the world, with the terroristic attacks all over, and it's very polarized around religion, and only my way is the true way. So the personality shadow of Sagittarius is really to be caught up in dogma, to become very fanatic about your truth is the only truth. And another shadow aspect is the possibility of overindulgence. And that can be physically, like overeating, but it can also happen in all kinds of ways. And the sense of pridefulness, which is usually based in a sense of insecurity. Then we have to make sure we are strongly anchored in pretending that we know it all. The evolutionary goal for Sagittarius is to digest a wide array of experiences into a meaningful perspective of life. So you could look at it as a Sagittarius with all his passion going into the world, having all these experiences, creating all these different perspectives, collecting the little pieces of the puzzle, and then in the end being able to put them into a meaningful image, into a meaningful perspective of life. And remember, Sagittarius is a fire sign, so this is a very passionate, always expanding process Sagittarius is in. So how can you ride this wave with the new moon in Sagittarius? What does it really mean for your individual journey this month? So first of all, I would suggest that you take a deeper look into your dreams and your sense of fulfillment and where you are in your life, and prepare through that inner work for where you want to go, how you set your intentions for the next year. So it's basically inner vision work you want to do. So I really love journaling for that, because it's a really nice way of contemplation, and it's almost like halfway manifesting that inner vision, because it's already on the paper. So it's a very powerful way to get in contact with your inner dreams and what you're carrying inside of you. So it's very powerful if you do it with morning pages. So if you just start out that way, doing some handwritten pages in the morning just after you get up, because then you're much more still in connection with your unconscious mind and the divine non-physical dimensions when you're just coming out of your dream world. So that's a wonderful way to do it. We already talked about the possibilities this month to overdo it, to go overboard with all these Sagittarian emotional energies. So the question is, how can you truly connect with life, with the quality of life is good, and not overdoing it? So, for example, if we think about food, how can you nurture yourself with healthy, good food, good nutrition, without stuffing yourself? So it's a good example where we can see where we have the tendency, if something is good, we just want more of that. So you want to keep an eye out for that tendency this month. Also, with the holidays on the horizon and our tendency to overeat and overdo, overindulge, it's really about rethinking what it takes to stay healthy. What does our physical body need in order to function properly? So Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius, is connected with the liver. So the liver in our body, I think, does kind of 500 different things. It synthesizes, regulates, and secretes many, many substances which are very important for all kinds of processes in the body. So overall, we could look at the liver as detoxifying. So therefore, we need to think about how can we support the liver? How can we support the body in doing that? For me, it makes a lot of sense that we have to do regular cleanses of some kind with what we are exposed to in our normal lifestyle in the way of chemicals and plasticizer and in our food, in the air, in our water. So you have to be smart to stay on top of things. So especially after the holidays, if you have indulged, you want to do something. So colon cleanses, coffee enema, infrared sauna, more conscious cleansing diet, things like that you want to consider. As you might know, as a jeweler and astrologer for many, many years, I was always interested in how can I support my clients and help them to support inner aspects symbolized by the planets through special gemstones. And the lapis lazuli is one of the true birthstones for Sagittarius. So that's a wonderful stone to support yourself if you have any planets, and especially Sun, Moon, Ascendant in Sagittarius. So therefore, it's also a wonderful stone for this new moon. So this blue stone is a very unique color and it's not very hard. It's on the Mohs hardness, only 5 to 6, which made it very easy to cut and carve. So for that reason, it has been used throughout the ages in different cultures for that. So in Egypt, it was considered a sacred stone, was used in jewelry and sacred objects like the scarabs. So I like the best lapis with dark blue with the spots of golden, the golden pyrite in it, which makes it into very unique looking specimens. So I think lapis looks best set with in gold, just gold with that deep, rich blue. I personally like the best. So the best and darkest qualities, like the middle picture you see here, they are found in Afghanistan. And the deposits in Chile and Russia, they yield the lighter blue stones with the wide veins in it, like you see on the left-hand corner. So lapis on the metaphysical level is a stone which carries a signature of Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune. So lapis therefore impacts our mind and our peaceful state of mind and the possibility to relax our overactive mind, and we might be more able to develop a more realistic or compassionate acceptance of things as they are. So it can help to support the focus of our mind. So it might be a good stone for learning. If we have to do some examinations, we need to sharpen our memory to be able to recall. So lapis is a wonderful stone for that. So just remember, the brain is like a radio receiver. When it's tuned into a specific station, it receives only that station. So Mercury is a messenger of the god. So with the help of the lapis lazuli, we can tune into that higher consciousness, that higher light station, so to speak, and help to bring that in through our third eye, where the lapis lazuli is connected to. So therefore, the lapis lazuli is a stone for meditation and for connecting to our own inner truth and true inner nature. If you are as passionate about gemstones as I am, you might want to consider to get your gemstone profile report, where I give you one stone per planet. So also for your Chiron, your South Node, your North Node. So you get a very complete profile of your true birthstones, which you can use as an anchor and support for all these different aspects of your nature, of your personality. If you're really interested in astrology, I'd like you to know that I do teach astrology classes for beginners once in a while. So it could be something you're interested to learn for your own inner process or to start a new career. Either way, connect with me, send me an email, and I will let you know about the specifics and when the next training is going to start. If you haven't done so, now it's a good time to go over to my website and sign up for your subscription so you can get your free horoscope and your love stone report. If you do like my video, please like it down there, leave me a comment. I always love to hear back from you, and it helps with the ranking too. So thank you for visiting and appreciating my work. It means a lot to me. If you like to connect with me about a personal reading, give me a call at 808-878-8182. Remember, I'm in Hawaii. Or send me an email through my website, mauiastrologyreading.com. I'm so looking forward to hear from you. Thanks for visiting, and as we say here on Maui, aloha.